Hi everyone, welcome to Standard Share. So in this video, we are going to see the Nifty and Bank Nifty post-market analysis, as well as few stocks which I have shared in Twitter, as well as the inside camera stocks we are going to see today. And apart from that, once at the end of the video, I'll share the golden pivot zone stocks as well as the inside camera stocks for next day. There. So before moving on to this video, further strict disclaimer: whatever analysis shared on this video is completely my analysis. So play with proper risk reward ratio and a proper strategy so that you will be able to sustain in the market. Clear? Please do not blame me for your profits and loss. Now moving on to Nifty's video. Nifty, that was a clear gap up, and on Friday evening itself I told that the bulls are like going to enter the market and we might see a good blast in the market. So that is what I said based on a news. And even in the yesterday's weekly analysis video, I told that Nifty has made a cup and handle pattern, flag and pole pattern, and expectation of reaching 17,000 is highly possible. And apart from that, I'm just going into my channel and just typing in 17,000 just to check any videos I post. So can Nifty touch 17,000 in August 2021? And it was like 2 weeks ago and only 83 people have seen. And on before 2 weeks ago itself I told that Nifty has a possibility to touch 17,000. And see, today's high, it is 16,951. Still one more day is there, but my point is like at least we were able to see at least somewhere near to 17,000. So that is my point. So in this video we will also see what we should have done to see, we know that 17,000 is possible in Nifty. Okay, we are a bit bullish on Nifty, but how to know, or what we should have done to get the benefit of the trade? See, for example, sharing that 17,000 is possible, that is fine, but how we will come to know, like how we will get benefit of the view? So that is what actually matters, right? So that is what I will share it today as well. So today Nifty was a clear gap up above the previous weekday, above the previous day high, and above the previous week high, and above all time high. Nifty has given a clear gap up. This gap up is called as breakaway gap up. Why it is called as breakaway gap up? Because after that gap it got sustained above the resistance zone and continuously trended upside. Okay, so this is called as a breakaway gap up, and already we have several breakaway gap ups in Nifty. See, for example, there is one breakaway gap up over here. Nifty went up. Here is one breakaway gap up. Here is one breakaway gap up, and finally here is one breakaway gap up. So we are continuously going with a breakaway gap up, and now it's like we once after we see the exhaustion gap up only, we will come to know where market will actually end. Clear? So Nifty clear cut moves, single direction, single point move, went very good, blasted super high. Okay, in the same way Bank Nifty also came out of the consolidation and then started giving a good move. Like this is the consolidation, and after that first candle showed some rejection. Okay, and I've clearly explained that this is a bearish weekly reversal setup, and after that if you see, there is bullish candles engulfing this setup to show more of bullishness. Clear? And see how far it has moved. So this is how you need to ensure how you are going to take a trade. So there will be one question asking that is a bearish weekly reversal setup, so we should have taken a trade, right? But how we will not avoid this trade? So that will be some questions raising. So first point, I basically don't prefer the first 15-minute candle because I need the initial balance to set up in. Okay, that is first point. But second point, it's like if it is getting rejected at a proper reversal zone, then it is highly possible to move further downside. Below this candle only previous day high is there. If I wanted to go short on this trade, I would wait for a close below the previous day high and then only I will go down. Otherwise I won't be taking a short trade. Clear? So this is what has happened with Nifty and Bank Nifty. And if you guys ask me about what will happen tomorrow, obviously Camarilla and CPR will be like very wide. Obviously Camarilla and CPR will be like bullish bias. So any pullback towards the CPR, any pullback towards L3 can be a buying opportunity. So this is what the Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Both are looking bullish only. Clear? Let us see with Bank Nifty as well. Bank Nifty, good tight consolidation, and if you guys remember, I draw a parallel channel as well. I told that we might see some upside move till here. So we are inching upwards here. So any break above can give a good move in Bank Nifty as well. Nifty view, I hope the view is clear. Now let us see the stock specific analysis, and then I'll tell you what we should do if in case we are like got a 17,000, we are like bullish on Nifty, but we are not sure like how to take a trade. Okay, that would be a question to you. So let me reach out for that. So there are few stocks which I shared in Twitter. So for example, I am buying Apollo Hospitals for intraday move. Okay, so I hope that people do understand that if I am saying like I am buying Apollo Hospitals, so I always go with a proper risk reward setup. Clear? So what happened is like I was bullish on Apollo Hospitals, so I preferred a trade in Apollo Hospitals to go upside. So what happened is like I might enter above this candle. Okay, and if you see, there were a lot of consolidation, and this low will be my stop loss. So above this candle entry and below this candle is the stop loss, and if you see clearly given 1:2. So above is 4803 will be my entry, and 4780 23 points as stop loss, and the target has hit 23 points 4828. I basically go with 1:1 ratio. But if you guys know, I started holding the trade for 1:1, 1:2, but I by mistake I did not trail my stop loss to break even, and ultimately today stop loss got hit in Apollo Hospitals. So if you guys, you can see over here, this is the trade. Apollo Hospital stop loss hit. Do not consider about Gabriel's, SMS Pharma, and Grovale, because all these stocks are like CNC. Like I had some positions, I closed it in profit. So that is what it is coming in CNC. So CNC, do not consider, okay, this guy has faced loss in Gabriel and SMS Pharma. What actually means is like once after booking Gabriel and SMS Pharma, the market has shooted up. Okay, I assume that I closed the trade at 100 and the market would have gone to 102, and that is why it is showing in loss. And Grovale, once I started booking, it is not in a once I start booking at 50, it would have gone to 48. So that is why it is showing in blue color. So forget about CNC. Okay, so Apollo Hospital is one trade I took, but I should have held the trade with the break even, but I missed to update, and finally in 1 2 3 candles itself my stop loss got hit. Clear? And the next was like, if you check the video, National Aluminium, I was expecting 90 and today high is 89. So what happened here is like, so National Aluminium, yesterday we discussed this stock in the video. So my expectation is like, what I told is like, it can go and face some resistance at this zone. 90 was the zone I was expecting some resistance, but it just took 89 and then it did not further move up. So to me it's like this gap should get filled, then only further bullishness can be seen, otherwise it might face some resistance. So tomorrow we will come to know what is going to happen in this stock. Clear? And then Wipro, I gave bullish view but looks weak for intraday. HUL Britannia looks good, but I would wait for pullback. Okay, so how did I say Wipro, though the market moved 200 points, though the market moved 250 points, but I said Wipro is weak. How? Very simple. Just the first 15 minutes which gave me some weakness. Okay, so this is the difference between this Wipro stock and the Bank Nifty. See, this particular candle is showing some resistance at H3 and previous day high, but Bank Nifty was not showing resistance at H3 or previous day high. Still, even if you see here, previous day high was so below the first rejected candle, and that is how I took a trade, and it gave like 1:1, and that trade I have also taken. If you guys see over here, you can see Wipro 1:1 done. Okay, it actually moved 1:1, and I tried to hold for a longer time, but Wipro as well as BPCL did not move. It just moved 1:1 and gave me just 1:1. Okay, and then Hindustan Unilever and Britannia. Okay, so Hindustan Unilever gave a close above the previous day high. It is I was like expecting some bullishness as well, but I was waiting for some pullback to happen. Okay, I was not willing to go for a trade the moment it gave a breakout. I was waiting for some pullback to happen, and finally that pullback made the stock to go down to CPR itself. Okay, so that is what I have clearly mentioned over here. If you see, HUL Britannia looks good, but I would wait for pullback, else I won't touch it. Okay, so this is what my expectation, and the same thing has happened. And even in Britannia, if you see, first candle gave a good close about previous day high as well as H4, but I did not take. I was expecting some pullback, and ultimately we came here for pullback towards CPR, and finally it did not move as expected. Okay, so I did not touch Britannia or HUL. You guys can see in this screen itself. So 4 trades which I took: Apollo Hospitals, and then BPCL, Wipro, and Asian Paints. Asian Paints is one such stock which I took a trade. So Asian Paints was looking good and it is also coming under Inside Camarella. So as per Inside Camarella, what I do is like a close above, a breakout above the previous day high. I would wait for consolidation and take a trade. So this candle itself would I was expecting as a pullback, and then what I did was like, okay, let's go for a trade. But I was like bit cautious, like it might come for another pullback. So that is why I was like holding the trade for some time, because I know that it might come down at least to previous day high to take a retest. Why? Because it is went with a gap up and a huge gap up, and I could see the 10 AMA and 20 AMA is like far, like it's far, so might expect some pullback. So that is what I expected, and I was holding the trade for some time, and ultimately from here 3074, initially I kept my stop loss at 3068, and then I moved my stop loss for this candle. After this candle I did not change my stop loss. Why? Because here after this candle I don't feel like if it is falling down, I feel like it might go further down. So I ensured that this should be my stop loss, and 3074 is my entry point, and 3064 is my stop loss, nearly 10 points. And I got exited at I did not get exited at 3114. I got exited 3094 or something around 1:2, 1:3 only I got exited, but gave 1:4. Okay, so this is how I took a trade in Asian Paints, and that is what you can see over here, Asian Paints. Okay, and BPCL is one other stock which was facing some resistance at the the current day high. So I took an entry below this, but unfortunately what happened is like it did not move at all. I at least expected 1:1, 1:2 towards CPR, but it did not. I did not come towards CPR at all. So here also actually I booked loss, like cost to cost. And if you see, it would be a minimum loss. This trade as well as Wipro, I closed at end of the day only. Okay, and other trades 1:1, 1:2, I go for it and take a trade. And apart from that, I also shared several other stocks like Havels. Okay, and these stocks we can forget. Okay, so Havels is one stock, and this also, if you see, gave a good close above the previous day high, and then a pullback. You would have entered above the 1246 and the stop loss of 1238, nearly like 8 point stop loss. You would have easily got 1270, nearly, if you see, 24 points, like 24 points. So that would have been like 1:3 ratio. So that easily trade. And Reliance I did not trade today, but it was a Inside Camarella stock. If you guys see Inside Camarella stock, and after this previous day close, I would wait for a pullback, and these are the pullback which I got. So if you are going to enter, you should enter above this 2263, and your stop loss will be 2251, nearly like 12 points, and you got exactly 1:1. Okay, so this is how you need to take a trade, and this is how you need to work upon. Like, firstly go with 1:1 and then see 1:2, and just slowly like develop your skills, slowly see how market is performing, how it is happening. Clear? So this is what the earlier updates, like morning updates, which I gave you like 9:30, and if you see by 9:33 itself I completed all the sharing. So if anyone had like just saw these things, you would have like just made some good decent amount of money. At least you guys would have known about what is happening in the stock. And one more thing is, like, if you guys want me to share these stocks in like these tweets in Telegram channel, please let me know, so that whenever I post something over here, I copy paste the same thing in Telegram as well. And apart from that, let's see the stocks for tomorrow, intraday stocks. So Inside Camarella stocks for tomorrow, I think very less stocks will be, SBI Life. Why? Because already today market moved big, so I'm not expecting much move. So SBI Life is the only one stock which is going to be like Inside Camarella. And apart from that, if you guys want, this is okay, these are the golden pivot zone stocks. I think most of them will be bullish golden pivot zone stocks. So nearly 25 stocks are there. So try to make use of this as well. Like, check how it has how these stocks are positioned, how you are expecting the stocks to perform. Just check in the daily chart and see how it is actually happening. Clear? So, and finally, let's come to the how to trade. I said that 17,000 is possible on August, but unfortunately what happened is like August expiry is on 26. So now there will be a question like how to trade when we have a view like we are bullish. So for example, I said that 17,000 is expected. So for example, if you are taken 17,000 CE on August, it would have ended in 0, because obviously still we have not hit 17,000 and the 17,000 CE would have got hit 0. And now if you see 17,000 CE for September month, it is trading around 190 rupees. So you will be in profit at the end of expiry. You will be in profit if the September expiry is closing above 17,200, including brokerage and all those things. Don't ask like 17,190 itself I'll be like profit. Like 17,191 itself you will be in bullish, but 17,000, I'm just giving a round figure, 17,200, then only you will be in profit. Otherwise you will not in profit. But how to make use of, like, I know a view I'm bullish, but how to know that whether how can I take a very good unavoidable, like okay, how to reduce my risk, or how to ensure that I don't lose all my money. Okay, so that is what we are going to see now. So for example, your view is like, I am bullish, so like 17,200 will be my target. So if the market has to hit 17,200, then this will move to 200 points. Like on the expiry, this will be like trading at 200 points. So you will be like 10 rupees only profit, but you will be risking 190 rupees. And the probability of profit hitting is only 33%. So rather than having this view, for example, you would make a loss of 9,500. Rather than having this sort of view, what you can do is like, you can do something like, you can take 17,000 CE or something in ITM. So for example, 16,900 CE as buy, and you can sell like say 17,200. Okay, so here what actually happens is like, I'm bullish. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to take a ITM call option. So this ITM call option is like, I'm going to buy and I'm going to sell this call option 17,200. Okay, irrespective of market going beyond 17,200, you will stay in a good profit of 8,000 rupees only. Okay, for example, on the expiry day of September, you would have, even the market would have reached 17,500. Like 500 points from today, it would have reached 17,500. But you will be in a profit of 8,000 rupees. And what is the capital deployed? Capital deployed is only 16,000 rupees. Okay, here your profit is fixed, and your margin or your amount whichever is needed is only 16,000 rupees. And what would be your loss? Okay, in the previous case, though you are taking 16,900 call option, your loss was like entire amount of the money. So for example, let me remove this again. Okay, here your margin is reduced. It was 16,000, now 12,000 only, and your stop loss or your maximum loss is going to be 12,000 rupees. Entire capital which you have deployed, it might go to loss, and you will be in profit only if the expiry is closing above 17,144. Clear? So here your risk is too much and the probability of winning is very less. But if you are taking something like this one, you are going to sell 17,200, then at this time what happens is like, your risk is reduced to half. 12,000 rupees was your risk, and now your risk is reduced to 6,800, and you have a fixed profit of 8,000 rupees. Now the market goes to 20,000, your profit will be 8,118, and if suppose the market goes to 10,000, your loss will be only 6,882, not below that. Clear? So this is what actually you have to do. If you have a clear bullish view, then take some strategy based on this. You can also check like what will happen if I go to 17,100 call option. Just check. You will see a 1:1 ratio. Okay. You can also see 17,300 call option. What will happen? Your profit is increasing, at the same time your loss is also increasing. So you need to ensure that how much risk you wanted to take and how much profit you are ready to take, and what is your capital you are deploying, and what is your break even, how long you are going to hold a trade. So all these things you need to prefer. I prefer 17,200. So I will take this trade and I will just sit quietly, just 6,000 or 7,000 rupees stop loss. my profit will be like 8,000 rupees and I'm deploying like 16,000 rupees. That is enough. That is good. Rather than deploying 12,000 rupees and losing entire 12,000, why can't I deploy 17,000 and get 6,000 or 7,000 loss or 8,000 profit? Either way, I am going to get benefited, right? So this is how you need to play a role. So like anyway, if you keep on increasing this, your risk reward ratio will change, but will not be a good one. Your loss will obviously increase and your profit will increase, but the probability of making profit will reduce. Okay, let's forget about that. These are very complicated scenarios. You need to deal with delta, gamma, and all those things are there. But if you are having a very bullish view, okay, rather than taking a naked buy call, you can prefer this: buy a ITM and sell a OTM. Okay, ITM is nothing but right now the price is around 16,950, so you can take 16,900 ITM call option, you can buy it and you can sell a 17,200 or 17,300 call option, so that your premium amount or your margin is going to be very much higher amount. Like for example, if you are going to pay naked buy option around 13,000, here you will pay only 16,000 or 17,000, just a 4,000 rupees extra. But at the same time, you will not be losing the entire capital of 12,000. You will be losing some capital of 7,000 to 8,000 only. That is how you are going to sell a call option. That is how it is going to get changed. Okay, and you will have a proper profit, proper loss as well. Like your loss, though market crashes, you will have a fixed loss. Though market blast like anything, you will have a fixed loss, fixed profit. So this is how you should have handled that situation. And one point is like, though you have a good view that we might expect like on August, before August, 17,000 is possible, but you are going to play with expiry. Theta is coming into play, so we are not sure like exactly August 20, what is that expiry date? August 26th you are going to face, like you are going to get, we have another 3 days in August as well, so we are not very sure. So what you can do is like, you can go for, like say for example, you can go to September month, and September month buy a call option, sell a call option, like buy a in ITM call option and sell a OTM call option, and see how it is performing. See, this is how you need to define your trade. This is how you need to define your risk. First of all, again I'm repeating, define your risk properly so that you will be able to sustain in the market. Clear? So that's it from my end. If you have any queries, do let me know in the comment section. If you feel the content is good, kindly give a like, and if you want the knowledge needs to be shared to others, kindly do a share. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for